What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday's weekly report, or weekly Wednesday report, whichever way you want to see it. And last week we did a lot of covering on games, and so we have a lot of information to cover in this Wednesday's video. As you see, I've already pulled up all the tabs I want to talk about for today here. There is a lot here, and hopefully it won't take too long, and hopefully you'll enjoy this video. So, a new card just came out from XY8. And the very first thing here we're going to talk about is the Mr. Mime from XY8. It was released on the Japanese Pokemon Twitter page, which is pretty cool here. That, Pokemon's actually releasing stuff through the Twitter account. But it's basically just another reprint here. It has Mr. Mime, which has the bench barrier ability here. Prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by attacks. I'm not sure how great this is now. I don't know how many Pokemon in the new set actually have bench attacks off the top of my head. Maybe it's a lot, and that's why Pokemon decided to bring it back here. But either way, it's great to see Mr. Mime back into the game. Everybody loves this bench barrier ability. Just prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon. And it's actually a fairy type instead of a psychic type. The last one was psychic here, and I'll try to pull a picture. Yeah, this one's actually fairy instead of psychic, but it still has a Wonder Tree cost. You're probably not going to use the attack like the last one. At least the last one could paralyze you, if I remember correctly. This one's just flip 4 coins, attack does 10 damage times the number of heads. So Mr. Mime back in the game with Bench Barrier here coming out
XY8.
Next up is Florges from XY8. It's okay. It's might be okay in Aromatisse here. The attacks of each of your Pokemon is one, I guess, fairy less. I guess the little Y here is a fairy energy. So maybe Gardevoir doesn't need that many energies to attack. I think Gardevoir needs like 3, and maybe with this you only need 2. Just making it where you need 1 energy less to attack. So maybe the potential here is you could have it turn to Mega Gardevoir Singing, because it usually does take 3 energies. But hopefully with this, you can make it where you attack turn 2. And Florges is a stage 2 though. That's the only problem here. You have to get out of Aromatisse and the Florges. But it's going to be interesting for sure. Fairies might be getting a little hype here with this relaxing scent. And also, it gains Florges Break here. Now let's pull a picture of the Florges Break. Are talking about it, but it just basically has, the Pokemon has the attacks, abilities, weakness, resistance, and retreat cost of the Florges it breaked evolved from, but it has the ability Flower Breeze here. Once during your turn before you attack, you may heal 30 damage from your active Pokemon and remove 1 special counter from it. And the cool thing here is it is remove 1 special counter. So if you're asleep or poisoned, you can automatically just get rid of one of those if you need to. It is only 1. The big question here is how many break Pokemon can you have out? And if you have multiple, can you use this multiple times between the turn? So if you have like 2 Florges out, can you heal 60 and remove 2 special conditions? It says once during your turn before you attack. So I'm not sure if this counts for multiple Florges here. That's going to be an interesting role here. I don't think they've announced how Break really works yet, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if you only have 1 Break Pokemon out. But if you have multiple Break Pokemon out, this is going to be great because you can use this multiple times, unless the wording here is incorrect. But to heal like 30 damage twice and remove special conditions will be great in the game, especially for Fairy decks here since they lost the Max Potions. So this could help out Fairy decks a lot here. And this is what Florges Break does look like. That's pretty cool. I like how all the Break cards are golden. They look really nice here. Now next up is a card that I actually liked back in the day. If you don't know, Bulbapedia has like all the card scans from almost everything. They have a lot of information from Pokemon on their websites here. But if you look here, there was a Dodrio that was printed undotted here, and it says as long as Dodrio is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 less. Now, if you look, okay, so now we have Dodrio and Hoothoot from XY8, and Dodrio Colors has Retreat Aid, which is the same name as this one right here. And it just makes it says, when this Pokemon is on your bench, your active Pokemon's retreat cost is 2 less. So exact same reprint here. The attack is different. The retreat cost is still the same here. It was Lightning Fighting. This one's Lightning Fighting. The old one had flip a coin until you get tails. This attack does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each head. But this one is flip 3 coins. This attack does 40 damage times the number of heads here. So maybe this Fury attack's a little bit better. Are they both Fury attack? No, this one's Incessant Peck, but this one is Fury Attack here. So it's cool to see another card reprinted in the game here. Sorry, cough there. And once again, it's cool that that the Japanese Pokemon Twitter is releasing stuff. That's a great thing here. But it's great to see that Pokemon is diving into reprinting old cards. I'm always a big fan of that. So next up is multiple Pokemon here, and let's go over here. Psyduck, not that big of a deal. Golduck here. Stage 1 evolves from Psyduck. 20 damage, discard a special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon, and Hydro Splash, 70 damage. Alright, so Hydro Blast for 70 damage isn't that much here. It's, it needs a water, color, so basically a water and a DC to do 70 damage here. But you have Golduck Break here, which is the next card right underneath it. It has the ability Hyper Trance as often as you like during your turn before you attack. You may move a basic energy from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon here. Now, this is pretty cool because you can move around as any way you like to, as you see it, as often you like during your turn. You can move energies around. Now, the cool thing about this is if you're expanded and you're playing Blastoise, Blastoise lets you put down water energies any way you want to, and now with Golduck Break, you can move those water energies around any way you want to. So it's gonna be cool and expanded to see how this works out, because you do regain like max potions and stuff like that. You can basically make it where Keldeo can never get knocked out or whatever water attacker you are using, which is great here. And there is some stuff you could use in the new format now. We do have a Palkia X coming out. If you're going to play in a standard here, you just can't attach as many water energies, but hopefully Palkia X can fix this. It has the Aqua Turbo, 40 damage. Search your deck for 2 water energies and attach them to one of your bench Pokemon. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So, it takes 2 water energies to use attack here, but you can start speeding up the process here by using the Aqua Turbo. It's not as fast as Blastoise, obviously, here, but it does let you get energy cards out kind of quicker because of this, and maybe water might see a reappearance in standard. It's still going to be very hard here because of Vespiquen running around, which, yes, you see, everybody has a grass weakness here, and Vespiquen is not going anywhere right now. Now, next up is Misty Spirit. It's a new supporter card here. I'm excited because Misty is being reprinted back in the game here. It says discard 1 card from your hand. Then look at the top 8 cards of your deck. Choose 1, put it in your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck here. Now, so you discard 1 card in your hand. I guess, depending on the situation, you can discard anything you want to. It's basically like a giant trainer's mail, but you can grab any card. I'm not sure how great this card's actually going to be, though. I'd rather just play maybe another Love Ball, or I don't know, Skyla. Skyla is good reprinted here if you need to train a card. This was kind of taking a gamble. Like, I don't know what I need. I guess I'll use Misty Spirit and see what we get here. But if you need to discard cards, you could use Misty Spirit to discard it and then just kind of look through your deck that way. But overall, I'm kind of sad that Misty Spirit did not get that great of a effect here. Next up is Cubone, Flabebe. These are nothing really. These aren't that great. Not that great at all. I mean, we need Cubone for the Marowak that we saw earlier in the early Wednesday's weekly video here. But let's look at the cards here. This is the Misty Spirit here. It looks pretty cool here. It looks like obviously we got a. I don't know if they've talked about it or not, but obviously there's another reprint of the Aqua Ball, and there's the Golduck Break here. Once again, a golden card for the Break Pokemon, which is exciting. And there's the Palkia. You really can't see him in these pictures really. But I'm excited that Misty is getting reprint in the game here. Now, next up is Yveltal from Red Flash here. It has the ability Fright Night. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, all Pokemon tools have no effect. Now, this means your opponent can't use, or they can't use their Spirit Links, and they'll have to end their turn when they evolve. Maybe you're playing to get somebody as a Lucky Helmet or Rocky Helmet or something. You don't have to worry about those at all. It's just another arsenal that dark decks can have. I mean, we've seen, dark decks already have like Yveltal, Absol, Sableye, Yveltal EX, Darkrai, another Absol, and now they have another Yveltal here with Fright Night, and it also has Jet Black Spear. It does 60 damage. Choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon EX, or choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon EX. This attack does 60 damage to it. So for a Dark and a DC, you're technically doing 120 damage here, which is pretty nice. And combine this with Absol, you're allowed to move around 30 damage any way you want to from one Pokemon to another. And this could be actually really deadly here. You could do maybe the Muscle Band, 80, and then 60 to the bench, and 8. And then you move 30 from the bench to the active, so now it's at 110. And then you can smack it again for 80, knocking anything out, which is great here. So I can see this Yveltal for sure being played with the Absol that lets you move 30 damage counters around any way you want to. Now, next up is Full Art, Giovanni's Plan, Bridgette, and I think Bridgette. I'm not sure. Bridgette. I'm not sure I say that name at all. And Dodrio from XY8. Now, the cool thing about Giovanni's plans here is something we've never seen before. You actually have an option here. This kind of reminds me of the stadium that we saw. I'm not sure if I talked about it at all, but there was a stadium card that lets you pick out that depending on how you put it down, it kind of affect your opponent. Why did I have that pull up? I'm sorry about that. You get to know I use OBS to record, but there's a stadium that lets you decide how you want to affect here, and that's kind of the same thing as Giovanni plans here. You have two options: either draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand, or until the end of your turn, each of your Pokemon's attacks do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness or resistance. So I guess depending on the situation here, you can use it. You have draw cards, or use 20 more damage. And the cool thing is you can Verse Seeker obviously for it. So depending on later, you could switch it up and use whatever you want to. Alright, so next up we have Bridgette here. It's a trainer card. And once again, it has another you pick the option kind of effect here. You either search your deck for 1 basic Pokemon EX or up to 3 basic Pokemon here. Now, what's cool is this kind of like a Pokemon collector. I don't know how this new tab's sticking open. But the Pokemon collector we saw, it's an older card. It lets you get 3 basic Pokemon instead of 2, like we see a fan club here. So it's kind of like a reprint here, but you can also get a basic Pokemon EX, which is great here. So kind of another reprint card, and it has another additional bonus here. Next up is Dodrio, just because we do have the Dodrio coming out. And now let's look at the cards here. And this card looks so close to Misty. Supposedly it's from like the Battle Tower or something. I know one of y'all would have the answer to who this is from. It looks just like Misty though. And there's the Giovanni card. That looks amazing. Like this floor here. What? That is amazing. Oh man. As you see here, you can see the 2 little the black triangles. You can see the 2 different effects here, which I'm excited about. Now next up we have Smeargle. And don't worry, it's not a reprint, a portrait. That would be kind of broken in the game nowadays. But you have recoding here. Once during your turn before you attack, you may switch 1 basic energy card attached to your active Pokemon with 1 different type of basic energy card in your discard pile. And now this makes it where you can actually just attach whatever kind of energy you want for the turn here, and then maybe use like Battle Compressor later. Use Smeargle, move the energy out of the discard pile to the active here, which is really cool actually. And that way, if you're kind of like missing an energy, like you're like, oh man, I really need this 1 energy. Now you can have it because you can switch it out with Smeargle, which I like a lot. It's going to be interesting to see how recoding works and what it can all work with. But I think this is a really good ability here. And especially it says once during your turn. The question here, can you use multiple Smeargles or not? I'm probably going to say no here. Just because it does say once during your turn. But, I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. We'll have to see and see what Pokemon ruling is on it. But either way, recoding seems like a great ability in the game here. Now, next up, we have another great Pokemon here. We have the Beheeyem. Man, y'all know I'm bad with names here. Beheeyem. I don't even know what that Pokemon is here. It's a promo card that was released in the Kurokoro magazine that I showed you last week here. It does 100 damage, and you choose any number of Psychic Energies attached to your Pokemon in play, and attach them to your other Pokemon any way you want to. Basically, you can move around your Psychic Energies any way you want to. Once again, it's going to be hard to tell how great this card is just because we don't know everything about the new set yet. I mean, there is Mewtwo's coming out, and those obviously use Psychic Energies, so maybe you can move your Psychic Energies now from Mewtwo to Mewtwo here. The only bad thing is that Beheeyem Break needs 3 Psychic Energy to actually use it. If this was like an ability, that would be cool. Like to use, like move your Psychic Energies any way you want to instead of using it as attack. But since it is attack here, I don't know how great of a card this actually be. And let's once again, I don't know why I didn't have this pull up here, but let's look at the gold. Look at that. That looks all these gold cards look amazing here. Now next up, we're done with Pokemon cards right now. We're actually going to talk about some merchandise here. And I've never really been over merchandise here, but these are pretty cool to talk about here. This December, America will see the release of deck boxes, card sleeves, and playmats featuring Hoopa, Unbound, Mega Charizard XY, and Shiny Mega Rayquaza. The card sleeves will come in pack of 65 for $7.99. The Charizard and Hoopa sleeves were previously released in Japan, so this is one of the few times, if ever, and I think this is true, I think it's the first time ever that we've seen these like Japanese cards reprinted in America here. America is getting non-generic sleeves straight from Japan, although Charizard sleeves originally said Mega Lizardon. The deck boxes will cost $5.99 and feature the same artwork as the sleeves. The playmats will be $21. They are the mouse pad material, so obviously a very nice material here. We will also be getting the generic Kin Sugimori Charizard playmat sleeves, binders, and deck boxes within the next month, as I posted to their Twitter account. And let's look at this real quick. Come on, work with me. Come on, spin a Pokeball. This is the only thing I didn't like. I couldn't pull this up earlier. I have to manually load it. Oh, hopefully it pops up. Sometimes PokeBeach doesn't want to work with me. But we'll go over this real quick while this is pulling up here. There is an Ultra Pro leather Pikachu deck box and binder in October. And I actually like this. Looks like one of the bigger the deck boxes here. And I actually like this because you're able to put like your cards in it, and then maybe like extra cards or dice you need, or maybe the poison counters, and that way all you need is your deck box to carry around instead of a whole backpack carrying around like your deck box and your extra sleeves and your dice and stuff. But with this, you can put a couple extra sleeves in there. You can put your dice and poison counters in there, and I really do like this a lot. It says next month we will see the release of a premium Pikachu deck box and binder from Ultra Pro. Both are made from leather, which is a type of it's leatherette, which is a type of fake leather. The deck box will be $15.99. It features a deep post. I'm not really sure what that is. Pikachu artwork. The deck box can hold 100 sleeve cards, and has a magnetic closing mechanism, as well as a soft inner lining to protect card sleeves. The binder will be $34 and can hold 360 cards. It would also have an elastic stripe to keep the binder closed. And it's just really cool here. There we go. As you see up close here, it does look really nice though. It is kind of expensive here, but I know it will hold out for a long time here. As it says, it can hold up to 100 sleeved cards. So like I said earlier, you can put like your 60 cards in there, and then a couple extra sleeves just in case something tears, and maybe your damage counters and your poison. And that way, all you need to carry around is just this deck box. And I really do like it when you can do that with the cards. Let's see if this works. Yeah, you can't really see this big at all. But you can kind of see the plastic wrap around the back side of it. And it will wrap around to the front. I wish they would have shown what it looked like in the front there. Let's see, did this pull up? There we go. Oh, it's not the great of image at all. But if you've seen these Charizard sleeves, the metal ones, they said Mega Lizardon, but these say Mega Charizard, obviously, because Lizardon is Japanese for Charizard here. I know a lot of people are ready for these Charizard sleeves and deck boxes. They've been waiting a long time to even get them, just the Japanese ones. So now getting the English ones here, it's going to be amazing. And for $7.99, usually these sleeves cost like $20. So $7.99 for these sleeves here is going to be amazing here. And the deck box is going to be $5.99. Once again, those usually sell for $20, the Japanese ones. So it's going to be amazing to see these cards finally come out. So overall, what card are you excited about the most in this discussion here? I think I'm excited for Giovanni, just because it shows like what Pokemon is going towards, like the multiple types or the multiple decisions you have with the card is amazing. I really do like that concept a lot. And obviously, I'd love these new sleeves that are coming out too. But there's a lot of stuff coming out here, a lot of information slowly coming out. I'm not sure when the pre-release is for Japan for XY8, but as soon as it does come up, that Wednesday report will be about that. But what is something you want to see in the weekly Wednesday report? Is there something I'm missing here? I think I'm doing a great job of covering all the new cards. Last week I did all the new games. And I'm trying my hardest to keep this stuff up to date, keep you up to date with the game here. And also, if you want to get a brand new, you don't want to wait for the Wednesday video, you can always just go to PokeBeach.com, Cerebi.com, 60cards.net. Any of those websites have information about new cards that are coming out here. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great Wednesday. Alrighty, bye. Hello?